Thank you, Mayor. And thank you for the presentation, Krystal and Andy. Krystal, I think you summed it up nicely when you said, when it comes to art in San Antonio, when you said we want more. I think that's maybe the theme of what some of us are saying up here. I feel strongly that arts is the way to, I think we are a world-class city, but I think I really think that it's part of our identity, and it really shows that you're in San Antonio, and wherever you are in the world, when you see the torch, you know that's San Antonio. So I really appreciate that we have taken that so seriously and really bring that importance to art in our city. And I love hearing Andy talk so passionately about art downtown and the effect that it has on our locals and our visitors, like you mentioned, and really our small businesses as well. They all benefit. So we all benefit from art. So I'm grateful that I really appreciate your enthusiasm and your passion for it. And for both of you, I really appreciate the work that you all do. And I want to know how we can do more. I do want to mention public art is vital to all parts of our city, and there are hidden peacock alleys all over the city, and I'd love to see us focus on those areas as well. I know that Centro was focused on downtown, but I wonder if there's any chance of expanding the Art Everywhere program to other regional areas of the city, if there's a path for that. All of you come up.
I think that would be very interesting because we have a model here with Centro San Antonio and what they've been able to do so well, and certainly it's something that could be replicated if there's other organizations that are in districts.
And I'll add, there's other organizations other than Centro that can do this work. And so I know Blue Star, I know there's one that Councilman McKee Rodriguez is working on about doing a mural program in District 2. So we're open to those partnerships. And as Andy mentioned, there was a mural that was $30,000. Public was $10,000. They leveraged $20,000. So those types of partnerships are really important. And I can imagine they can be expanded when we go to your districts.
Would you be looking for a nonprofit to partner with,
Yes.
ideally?
Typically, it's a nonprofit, and I know with District 2, we're looking at getting funding through the inner city tours for a program, and then they would leverage additional funding in that area.
Nicely done. You put the ball back in my court. I will take on the challenge. We do have a good number of public art pieces in District 6, and they're well distributed, I think, throughout my district. But again, the theme, we want more. I have some questions about the artists on the pre-qualification list, and how many will be added this year? Or how many are typically added, I guess, every year?
Tomorrow's A session will be looking at adding 187.
Okay. Is that typically how many you add every year?
We have an increase this year. We've really been focused on San Antonio-based artists, and we have 123 out of those 187 that are in San Antonio. So we've seen an increase this year, but especially that increase in San Antonio-based artists. But typically it's around that, 100, 150.
I mean, that's a good number. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd like to hear that number. I'm curious if we've been able to reach out, or if we can in the future reach out to high schools. I expect that there's some untapped talent out there that we can really. You mentioned earlier how you brought a 2D artist, or sorry, was it a 2D artist into 3D, and how you, in many ways, foster that artist through a process and help them to understand that they can do more. So I'm just wondering if there's a way to do that with high school kids.
Yeah, certainly, and we have partnerships with high schools, especially through our film essay contest, which is open to high school students. So we can package up all the opportunities for artists as a whole and work with those high schools to make sure they have that information, especially for students who may not be taking that college track, but they're certainly very accomplished artists. So we can certainly get that message out there.
Wonderful, thank you. And any way I can help, I'd be very happy to do that. I think we talked a little bit about it a second ago, but veterans and military retirees are 20% of San Antonio's population, and as diverse as the city itself. Can you talk about how maybe we can incorporate veterans and military retirees more specifically?
Sure. I think there's a great opportunity when it comes to our public engagement and informing what art looks like. You see that with the great Tribute to Freedom. project by George Schrader. And so I think when we're really looking at engaging communities, we reach out to neighborhood associations, we reach out through the council offices, through our SA Speak Up, through dedicated marketing communications. So we can certainly partner with military affairs. We can make sure that that message is getting to the veteran community to make sure that they know that they can come and inform our public art decisions.
That's a great idea, partnering with Veteran Affairs. And that same, well, I'm going to change tracks a little bit. So we had an occasion in District 6 where a business owner had a big blank wall that they wanted to donate the space for a mural. And I can't recall right now why it didn't work out, but I think it was when Debbie was here. But is there any opportunity for that, for a business to be able to donate a space for a mural or even a space for a sculpture?
We really encourage, I will say, we really encourage artists to be paid. So if there is a wall that a business would like to donate along with the payment, or if there's a payment option, we are happy to meet with them. We actually meet with a number of businesses and even people who are really interested in incorporating art in their business to make sure that they have access to our artist registry list. We have over 300 artists that aren't just public artists, it's performing artists that they can gauge in their business spaces. And so we're happy to make those connections and to send businesses our way to make sure that we can have connections and have those conversations.
Well, in this case, it was a very small business, so he wouldn't have been able to afford the artist fee. And of course, we do want artists to get paid. Is there a program through the city that are there any public dollars when a business donates a space?
We do not have a formalized program through our department currently, but there are opportunities to work with nonprofits like San Antonio Cultural Arts or any organizations that have those connections to make it happen. Maybe there is that partnership element because we have nonprofits that are always looking to activate their artists, and they're actually that avenue of that payment.
Okay, I may follow up with you on that later. I know he still wants to donate that wall, but maybe you can let me know about some partners that we can talk with. But thank you again. I appreciate your presentation. Thank you, Mayor.